Congressman, you're not answering any questions. Do you endorse sending money to Israel in an emergency package? Do you endorse sending the $24 billion that President Biden is asking to Ukraine? Are you going to manage these bills in a lower number?
As you asked me, I just told you, I spoke with Ambassador Dermer yesterday about very specific things that Israel needs. Some, by the way, are in the what's called the SFOPS bill.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So Maria Bartiromo and the total RINOS over at Fox News, they're right back on their crusade against any sort of freedom of thought or action within the Republican Party. Got a lot to get into. Before we get into it, guys, thanks so much to everyone that's been subscribing and leaving such great comments. Really, really appreciate the support. And guys, if you haven't already, please, please help our channel continue to grow. Like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. So yeah, so I just did a video just a short time ago on Maria getting completely served by Representative Matt Gaetz. And she's back at it, man. Now she's attacking Steve Scalise, who basically everyone on the planet actually likes. And I'm not exactly sure what her agenda is, what her angle is. Hopefully we can figure it out here together watching this, but the man is actually a good guy and a fantastically strong conservative, if you ask me. So I'm not really sure what sort of prep work she's done, but she seems honestly to be conflating as the same thing, aid to Ukraine and aid to Israel. And to me, that just doesn't make sense. You know, the similarities are, you know, they were both illegally attacked by an invading war criminal adversary, right? We all know that. The differences, as I see them, are even more clear. So Israel, they've been an ally of the United States for 65 years. They've been basically the picture of stability in a region that we have basically tried our best to destroy while pretending otherwise. They're surrounded by countries that all want them dead and gone. And Ukraine has not been an ally. We've also, in fairness to them, been trying since about 2014 to destroy them as well. But they're surrounded by countries that are actually completely dependent on their survival and have a very, very strong need for them to have a victory. Yet these countries, they haven't helped. They've allowed the United States taxpayer to bear basically almost the entirety of the responsibility for this war. So these situations to me are clearly not the same. You know, Steve Scalise, I haven't watched this totally yet. He refuses to take the bait and play her silly game, and she doesn't handle it very well. So let's take a look at this.
Of our conference.
Do you have ideas in terms of getting the numbers down? You've got now 39 days left to get the remaining appropriations bills passed. Will you be able to do it, and at what price?
Yeah, and I want to get right back to work on the appropriations bills. We had passed 3 of those right before everything happened with the speaker's race. And now let's get back to moving more appropriations bills. We had a few teed up ready to go. We are over 70% of funding of government out of the House. Senate hasn't done 0. We're going to be in the 80s when I'm finished my first week as speaker. The members are ready to get back to that work. Let's keep passing all of the appropriations bills. By the way, that's something you haven't seen Congress do in a long time. And I think we need to get back to that as a normal process, not a unique time where Congress is actually appropriating bill by bill, not in big packages, no omnibuses, no midnight hour deals, all these shot clocks and deadlines that get missed. Let's get back to doing our work on a normal process. But we're going to get back to that day one as well when I'm elected speaker.
Well, I understand, but the truth is with all due respect, Congressman, you're not answering any questions. Do you endorse sending money to Israel in an emergency package? Do you endorse sending the $24 billion that President Biden is asking to Ukraine? Are you going to manage these bills in a lower number?
As you asked me, I just told you, I spoke with Ambassador Dermer yesterday about very specific things that Israel needs. Some, by the way, are in the what's called the SFOPS bill, State Foreign Ops bill, that we just passed out of the House, the Defense Appropriations bill that we just passed out of the House. That's real money in pieces of legislation we passed out of the House, ready to go. Iron Dome funding, munitions, real things that we've been talking about. And obviously, we need to talk about even more specific things. You want to get into details, I'll get into details with you.
All right. Now, obviously, Scalise, he's being pretty cagey there. You know, he's not answering that question. You know, we got to remember, I guess, you know, in a situation that he's in, literally everything that he says is going to be used against him. Almost nothing he says can help. And I guess he feels like he needs to be careful not to alienate members who may actually be supporters. Now, all that said, you know, I will say, I do not conflate the two very, very different wars like Maria and so many in the media are falsely choosing to do. But I will say that Steve Scalise, obviously he's got a set of core values. Obviously he's got beliefs that should have allowed him to answer that question. He knows where he stands on that. And I'd absolutely bet that wherever he is on those issues, honestly, it probably comes from a very genuine and strongly conservative belief set. So I'm not sure why he didn't answer. Not answering the question, to me at least, gives the impression that he's willing to bend on those things just to be elected speaker. And I don't think that's a good look. And it definitely doesn't leave a good feeling for me. And maybe I'm way off. Maybe you guys read that completely different than me. But that's my take, guys. Let me know yours in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.